Everybody, and welcome to a special Unscripted tonight. It is October 5th, uh, 2020, and we all know what 2020 has been, but um, unique podcast tonight in that I don't have a guest. It's just me, and I'm a little awkward at the moment, probably because I don't have someone else doing all the talking. But tomorrow is a special day. Tomorrow is a milestone day, and tomorrow is the 20th birthday of my son, our firstborn, and Mr. Austin Conrad. So in the past, I've done a blog post, which maybe that was easier because I just got to type behind the keyboard. Um, but now I thought since we're doing podcasts now, I'll roll it out as a podcast. So in the winter of January 20, no, I'm sorry, January 2000, I was doing taxes. I'll never forget it. I was doing taxes in the basement of our home here in Hilliard that we had just built. And my wife came down and placed a pregnancy test right in front of me as I was literally neck deep in the taxes. And it was positive. And well, first of all, I should tell you all, I'm colorblind. And so looking at a pregnancy test was a little bit, I wasn't sure what I was looking at. And I had to verify, am I looking at what I think I'm looking at? And that was my first question. And then my second question was, can we send this in with the taxes and get a deduction? So in all seriousness, my world forever changed that day. Our world forever changed that day, I should say. And we were now going to be parents. And so fast forward to October 6th, I do remember I wore Carolina to the hospital the day you were born because I wanted to make sure you were on the right path right away. I do remember we were, it was October because there was baseball. There was a World Series, and you might have to fact check me on this, but I think it was the Subway Series, if I remember right. It might have been the Mets and the Yankees, and I'm probably gonna have to check that when I get off of this. But, it was the most exciting time. It was the most scary time. And it's hard to believe that it's been 20 years since that day. There's no manual. And Austin, as I told you many times, I think I've sat on your side of your bed more than a handful of times and said I was sorry because I was learning as you were learning. We were learning how to be parents as you were learning to grow up. And it's just what a milestone. No longer a teenager, now 20 years old. So I just want to let you know I'm so proud of you. Proud of everything that you are becoming and everything that you have already achieved in your life. And I don't mean in sports. That's the least, but the greatest joy. And it's been fun to watch that journey. But everything that you've achieved as a person and as a grown man and a man after God's heart. And that's those are the greatest achievements you could ever have. So I want to leave you with one thing, and it's a very short podcast tonight, but I want to leave you with one thing. There was a song the year that you were born. Of course, I always have to bring it back to music, but there was a song the year that you were born called With Arms Wide Open. And my blog for the longest times was called Arms Wide Open. And the reason why is there was a lyric in there. First of all, the song itself was pretty much everything I was walking through. And if you've never heard it, go listen to it, Arms Wide Open by Creed. But there was a lyric that said, if I have just one wish, only one command, it's that he's not like me and that he understands that he can take this life and hold it by the hand and he can greet the world with arms wide open. That has honestly been my prayer for you from day one. As I told you when we dropped you off at college, you've given me grace when I failed you. You've given me support when I needed it. And thank you for your grace these 20 years. Thank you for applauding the good times, not remembering the bad times. And thank you just for being you, for giving me grace as a parent as we learned how to do this thing together. Thank you for holding this life by the hands. And I pray that in the next 20 years, you continue to greet the world with arms wide open. I love you, buddy. Happy birthday. We'll see you soon.